Oftentimes, it's highly important for us to understand where something has come from before we can know where it may be going in the future. In video 1 of section 1 here, we're going to be covering a little bit of the history of ChatGPT. We'll give that a brief overview, and then we'll explore some of its training and operating methods very briefly before we dive into video 2, where we kind of dive under the hood. So ChatGPT was founded in 2015 by Elon Musk, Craig Brockman, and Sam Altman, and several others who still serve in roles at OpenAI. And from 2015 to present, it's kind of had a pretty rapid development, starting with GPT-1. We'll learn more about what that acronym means in the next video. But the GPT-1 model was trained on a data set of 7,000 published books to gain an initial understanding of human language, some of the nuances, inflections. This gave it a basic generation capability that analyzed or spanned about 117 million parameters. We can think of a parameter within GPT as a variable that holds certain data, and that's what it uses to individually assess and make decisions against. GPT-2 was the first expansion within the technology. This training moved away from books to more internet-based text and information. This enhanced the training of the model. It started delivering more coherent and valid responses, and we see the parameter count just skyrocket to 1.5 billion. In GPT-3, there was a big scale up. The parameters increased even more to 175 billion, and this is where we started seeing human-like behavior and responses coming from the architecture and the model. Some tasks could now be completed without direct human training, and then we're now here at GPT-4. So we saw ChatGPT kind of emerge in version 3.5, and then when you log into OpenAI, you can use either 3.5 or 4. Parameters are now well past in the hundreds of billions. It's leveraging improved training models, and this is what's allowing us to have those very structured and coherent exchanges over a long dialogue. So if we look at, how does ChatGPT really make decisions, it really uses a pre-training and fine-tuning model. So the model learns to determine what the next word in a sentence is likely to be based on the data it was previously trained on. It doesn't really know the specifics about which documents were in a training set, but it's able to, with the help of a human trainer, encourage the proper learning and start getting toward a better response. So the pre-training from the human, that allows it to narrow its data set, and then the reviewers provide some guidelines as they review and rate possible outputs that the model should produce. So that kind of produces this supervised data set. So down in the next step, the reward model step, we see that supervised fine-tuning model get repeated, and then again, a human is involved with the evaluation of potential responses, ranking them, and that is what the GPT model uses as a reward. So the better a response, the higher it's ranked, the more reward the model gets from producing a response like that. So that's the reward model. And then reinforcement happens as iterations between the supervised, the SFT model and the reward model happen, and we can see in here that they repeat some of the steps here, and then they go through an iterative process between the reward model and the reinforcement learning process to start giving you more granular, more to the point, and more specific correct information. That's the hope anyways. So that is a very brief overview of how ChatGPT is trained, how it is able to produce you the responses it gives you. So what we're going to do now is we will hop over into the next video. We're going to take a deeper look under the hood here. So we'll see over in the next video where we start covering more of the operational basics of ChatGPT. We'll dissect a prompt and we'll start diving a little bit deeper into this great tool.